Hello. And welcome to Kramer and Jess Uncensored, 122nd episode of the show. Appreciate you joining here. If you're new to this, you need to know our one rule. That's what, Jess?
It's like the Close Friends podcast, Close Friends feature on Instagram, to where you only show certain people certain things about what you're actually doing. That's kind of what Uncensored is for us.
Yeah. So, chill. If you're here, just chill. You know what I said to, oh my gosh, I forgot his name. What's the guy in promotions name? Not Garrett. What's his name in promotions? The assistant one. What's his name?
Zach.
Not Zach.
Dave.
Not Dave. Dave's assistant. Sits outside Dave's office.
Zach.
Not Zach.
Harrison?
Harrison. Thank you so much.
He doesn't work there no more.
Oh, he doesn't?
He got promoted.
Oh, well, good for him. I just said Harrison and got promoted from promotions. Don't you wish we had the 5th of July off? Wouldn't that make more sense? Yeah. All the 4th of July activities really happen in the afternoon tonight.
So it should be like the 4th and 5th.
It makes no sense for us to be here today.
If it was the 4th and 5th, then I feel like a lot more people would watch fireworks on the 4th.
If you could only choose the 4th or the 5th, which one would you choose?
Oh, having off?
Yeah, you only get to choose one day.
Oh.
I'm easily going 5th. 4th, like, let me go to work real quick. I'll knock it out. You know your business is gonna let you out early anyway.
But I think it depends what you're doing. For us, we're like mornings into afternoon.
Yeah.
So that could be chill. But if you're working like night somewhere, you don't want to be getting out at like midnight.
But for you, if you could choose with your schedule,
I'd take the 5th off.
Yes. Hassan, you get one day off, the 4th or 5th.
Depends on the day of the week.
So it's Tuesday. That's true too. Yeah. So for Tuesday.
For like the awkward middle of the week holidays.
That's what I'm saying. Like if the 4th was on a Monday, all right, cool, have Monday and Tuesday off. But like it's here in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
I want to have the 4th off and keep Wednesday.
So if you're listening to this at time of recording, this is being done on the 5th, as you can tell. So I don't know. This week's gonna be effed up because then tomorrow's Thursday, which is great. Don't get me wrong. I love that. But then like it's Friday and it's just, I don't know. This does next year. Can we please commit to next year? Taking off. It'll be Wednesday will be the holiday. And we'll take off Thursday and we'll take off Friday.
Oh, that'll be lit.
Does that work?
I mean, we'll see.
I don't know. But like
you
theory.
Can say anything you want.
If we were in charge,
there you go.
If all things were to be our way. I feel bad people had to go to work Monday. I'd have lost my mind.
That's whack.
If you had to go to work Monday, so you worked Monday and then you were off one day and then you're back to work today, I'd be so angry. Like I have so much anger in my heart. Because how does your body even if you have a normal work schedule, how does your body even regulate to that? Doesn't make sense. All right, 30-second recaps of how our 4th of July went. Jess?
Super fun. Went to a parade, walked everywhere, like made burgers, made fries. It was cool.
Hella American,
hella junk food, hella vibes, chilling, smoked weed.
4th of July.
Unbothered.
Clearly after that.
Unbothered.
The rest was unbothered. Don't you feel like 4th of July hits different here though than it hits on the West Coast?
Yeah,
it's different.
Holidays hit different on the East Coast than West Coast for sure.
4th of July is just it's like every city has their own thing.
Yeah.
And like it's a big thing. It's not like a little thing. Like,
the Ravens marching band literally everyone got lit for the Ravens marching band.
It's so crazy.
So sick.
For our California listeners, you'll never be able to understand like the East Coast. I don't know if it's East Coast because like honestly, when I live in Georgia and Florida, it wasn't this way. But this part of the world, when it comes to like all the history and stuff, man, it's wild. Hassan, your 30-second 4th of July recap. Okay.
What happened?
You only get 30 seconds.
No, I had a good weekend.
Put the timer on.
Spend time with family, friends, chill.
Good.
Yeah. Went to Urban Air
for
the first time. It's like a trampoline park.
Okay.
It was super fun. They have an indoor go-kart in there.
Cool.
They have indoor it's technically zip line, but it's like a zip line ride. It goes around the whole trampoline park.
I like it.
Cool.
I like it.
And then they have this miniature American Ninja Warrior type obstacle course.
Yeah.
There's like 4 different areas. There's like 4 different things that you've seen on American Ninja Warrior.
Where is that?
Jess
in
is
DC,
so there.
PG County?
No.
Where?
It's close. It's on like PG and Anne Arundel County.
Okay.
I busted my ass because I do not have upper body strength.
Yeah.
All my parrots in the bottom.
It sounds dangerous.
Did I? Yes, it did. It was fun though. I had a good time.
And like you're getting to that age too, and I'll warn you because I feel like 30 is where I started to realize, especially 35. Now it's like if you hurt yourself, at 40, it's never getting better.
Yeah, you gotta go to physical therapy.
It's never, it's like literally that you can expect that body part to never quite work the same way. And I'll give you an example. So my 4th of July was pretty chill. Hung out with the yoga friends. I watched the fireworks for 2 seconds because they were outside my house last night.
That's fun.
Had a little vegan cookout. It was chill. But here's what I did. So I told you last week that I was having to lie about my 4th of July plans, right? And really, I didn't have much going on.
Your dad's Facebook post when he was like,
did you see that?
Everyone that was able to make it.
Did you see that?
Oh, I saw that.
Did you feel that a little bit? I felt that too. I was like, oh, wow. So last week I was talking about how I was having to lie to my family. I had all these 4th of July plans, so I couldn't make it to the family reunion of sorts.
Everyone that was able to come.
And I was like, oh. So
like
I didn't.
Steven.
So I told you that my real plans for this weekend were I bought a Lego set to play with, which I hadn't done in years. But I also was playing hella video games. Y'all, literally, I don't know if you knew this about me, but if I play video games too long, I literally get tendinitis. So not that? Like tennis elbow, like pain in my all the way down my arm, right down my arm. Like basically I've like effed up my tendon. It's true.
No, I'm laughing because I did it before.
You know what I'm talking about?
I've done this.
But here's the problem.
You're sitting in the same position the whole time.
Yeah, basically you're sitting here just like your thumbs.
This is like classic gamer problem.
Thumbs. So when you're 40 though, this is never going to heal. I've already accepted that I will never recover from this because I know that once you hurt yourself at 40, it just doesn't get better.
Yeah.
So this is.
Was it your thumb joint area right here?
It's here. It's up in here. It's up my shoulder.
Oh my God.
It's bad, man.
I had those days.
Your dad's Facebook post said, "We hosted an outstanding reunion with most family members attending. It included boating, water, skiing, tubing, bike riding, and eating."
For those that love us.
Most family members. I was like,
shady.
That is shade.
I also feel like my family is scared to like push me too far with that kind of stuff because they know like if I feel
scared of you.
If they feel like if
that's so unhealthy.
It's not at all. It's like if I don't feel comfortable with my family, I'm just not going to interact with you. We've talked about this.
No, it's
I'm
not
okay with that.
I think it's unhealthy that they're afraid of you because they know that you'll just come on here and set shit on fire, and like you will just blow it up. That's where the fear comes from. Not them afraid you're not going to talk to them. It's their fear of what you're going to do.
What's going to be said. So my dad's like, well, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's
one
no
of
issue.
Multiple places where he's going to bash them.
Exactly.
Well, you have to keep in mind too, especially because it's certified mama's boy, right? So like
your poor mother.
They invite all their friends to listen. That's my podcast. They invite everyone to listen to that. And so then like, if I'm over here, like, spilling family secrets, they're like, that didn't happen. I'm like, it did. Don't listen to these people. Okay. Jess got recognized and I've been doing this for 20 years and I've been recognized in all kind of weird, awkward places, but I think your story may be the most awkward that I know of in real life. Like this, it's not quite a movie, but close from what it sounds like.
Yeah.
What happened?
So Garage Boy and I went out once this weekend to like have some drinks, and we went to a bar and we were sitting at the bar. And like at that point, we're definitely drunk, but like not to the point of everything just being all like loosey goosey, like not being affected by things. Like we're about to hit the like, who gives a fuck phase. We're like, it's like a roller coaster. We're about to like get there.
You're up
We're
there.
Feeling good. We're having a nice time or whatever.
And what kind of bar are we talking? Are we fancy? Are we talking dive bar
like,
in the middle?
Like in the middle,
okay.
In the middle. And it's like.
And you're in Towson?
We're in Towson, and also it's not busy enough to where maybe there's like 3 tables and then like 3 sets of parties that are sitting at the bar. So it's still like a very intimate setting.
Sure.
So if something happens, everyone's like involved.
Sure.
And there is this band that's playing, and they were super dope. They were really good. And then out of nowhere, Garage Boy and I are just like, and we're just being stupid. Like we're just being humans, like whatever. And out of nowhere, I hear on the mic, and one of the band members goes, "And don't act like Garage Boy, we don't see you over there."
No.
And then the other band member goes, "And Jess from Mix 1065."
No.
And I was like,
Garage is pretty shy.
Garage
like
is
he's
like
not
very like to himself.
Yeah.
And I think it was because we were so like our guards were so down. We're just getting fucked up.
Yeah.
And which is fine. Like, I don't mind with people coming up to me, like, come up to me, I'll take a picture wherever. Like, I'm like, we'll be best friends.
Yeah.
But I think I get a little uncomfortable when I'm drinking, because then I feel like, especially if like a spotlight is put on me when I'm like not in control of myself, that's when I get really, really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And
when you're out of control, when you're not there to be Jess,
yeah,
and all of a sudden
I'm
you've got to be
drinking.
Jess.
Yeah. And we're like, he's like 2 shots in. I've
Yeah.
already had like a couple of drinks. And then the bartender comes over and he's like, oh, you guys are just gonna sit there like local celebrities, not say anything. And then like other like servers come over, and then people are looking at us.
Oh, it's the worst.
And I just felt,
Oh
I
my
think just because I was
God.
drunk, and I was like, oh no.
So wait, did you actually like have to?
Well, no, I was like, are you? And then because we're looking,
Did
we're
you
like
woo?
sitting at
You
the
wooed,
bar,
didn't you? Did you
and they're
woo?
looking at me and him, and I was like, are you talking to me? And they're like, yeah, we're talking to you, and like points at us, and they're like on the mic, and it was fine. I just don't think I was like in the mental space to like hear that. And then I got
Man.
uncomfortable because I was like, I'm drunk right now, and then my anxiety was like up, and
Because
people were looking
you're-
at us.
Like you're extroverted, but I feel like you're choosy extroverted.
Totally.
Like you're extroverted when you want to be.
Yeah, I'm actually it's like fully,
but you're
fully
pretty
both.
quiet. Like
fully both.
I see you. It's almost like you can go either way.
Mhm.
Like Jess can be pretty quiet too, or you can be wild and crazy. And like,
Mhm.
but I feel like if you want to be quiet,
I'm like in my
like you're in your
place.
spot, like you're just trying to chill. We're
Yeah.
just having a few drinks. Like I'm not trying to talk the radio show or
Especially
anything.
with Garage Boy too,
Yeah.
when he's drinking, and like they said his name first, and so he was like,
Yeah, because he's not.
he's just to
He
himself.
plays the part. He does a good job, I think, as the radio spouse.
Mhm.
But he's not going to be the guy that is
going out of his way to like shake hands and kiss
right.
babies.
I know some radio spouses that like thrive in that space. They love being like the radio spouse.
Mhm.
Garage, I don't feel that from. I don't feel like he's like trying to like, hey, and also I'm part of the show too. Like he's a willing participant of the show,
Yeah.
but he's not trying to be a part of the radio show. If that makes sense. All of a sudden they're, hey, Garage Boy. He's just chilling. Hey,
Yeah.
Garage Boy. I bet he inside at least
Yeah.
was like, fuck.
And I think that's the thing, because like he totally was. And it's not like I don't get drunk and go out. I do. But I
Yeah.
think I feel, especially being here, it's just a different feeling of like being intoxicated in public.
You know
It's
what
just, I feel differently about it.
What you should try, this is what I've learned after 20 years of doing this, right? Is you should try being a basic white person.
What are you talking
She
about?
can't.
Nobody will ever recognize you. Yo, whenever I get recognized, it is the most bizarre experience for me because because you have to admit, like there aren't a lot of half Filipino, half Mexican girls in this town, right?
Yeah.
So like you are kind of like, what's the word? Like an anomaly to the normal demographic here.
Mhm.
Right. So I am basic white guy. I fit into almost any situation. I could not be more basic looking. There's no distinct features about me.
Yeah.
The only time people ever say they recognize me is from a backwards hat.
Mm.
Other than that, like I swear to God, if I flip this hat the other way around,
Yeah.
no one would know who I was.
Yeah.
That would be it.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's something you almost have to be cognizant of though, right? Do you
Mhm.
feel like you embarrassed yourself or the show
No.
by the way you were acting?
No. And I don't even like that I feel embarrassed. I think that's why it's like, if I'm like super drunk, I don't care. So it's like I either just need to like not be drunk, or I need to be blacked out for me not to have anxiety about it.
Because I think what's worse.
Does that make sense?
No, it does.
No.
100%. No,
Oh.
100%. It makes
It
sense.
doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
That's
It makes sense to me.
To me.
Because you need to be so drunk you don't worry about it, or you
Exactly.
need to be sober where you're like consciously like I can't.
Exactly. And
Like,
I know what I'm doing.
I got to represent the station well right now.
Mhm.
Because what I've always said, and we are not celebrities by any sense, right? We're not, but we are recognized for some
I just
people.
don't know if people judge me, because I've been drunk
That's
and
it.
like run into families and they want me to take pictures with their kids.
This
and
is the
stuff like that,
problem.
and I'm like,
People will
Mhm.
judge for people that they already have. Like, if you listen to us on the podcast, the radio show, or whatever, you already have your preconceived notions of how you feel about us, right?
yeah.
And most likely, especially if you're this deep into the show, if you're into the podcast, you probably like us, right? So if we ever meet you in real life, your expectation of us is so high. It's the same way that how you would probably feel about like a celebrity. You were like, name one of your favorite celebrities. It doesn't matter. Just name one.
Kaylani.
Kaylani. You met Kaylani. If Kaylani did not match up to like your expectation,
Yeah, I'd be depressed. Yeah.
done.
Mhm.
So again, we're not celebrities, but people already have, like, they get these glimpses of our lives, which is fun. The radio side, oh, Kramer, you're so crazy, all the crazy stuff you say, or Jess, you're so funny with this and that. They already, like, they get these glimpses of us. They're
Mhm.
expecting us to like be that person. And especially what's even worse to me, and tell me if you felt the same way, is if you get recognized way later into the night where you've just been living your normal Jess life, wilding out even, and then they're all of a sudden
And
like,
they
oh
saw
my
me the
God,
whole
is that
time?
Jess? And you're like, fuck, I just sucked a dude off in the bathroom or something.
Well, at that
What?
point,
What? Whoa,
if
wait,
I'm
stop.
blacked
Careful,
out,
that cabin is on. Watch out.
if I'm blacked out, at that point, it won't matter. You know what I mean?
Wait, no, Jess, I need you to stop. Why,
Why
on
does he take it
earth
there?
did you think of anything else
Yeah.
but suck a dude off in the bathroom?
I just
you couldn't think
tend
of
to,
nothing
I
else?
just tend to keep
that's where I'm
moving
going.
forward. I
I
just move
understand.
forward and try not to like.
No, but you know
I'm
what?
still new here.
But you know what I
What?
mean? Like, if you get that drunk, you ever been like a night where you've just been like stupid drunk, and either I think it happens in one of two ways. Either somebody comes up to you way late in the night and they're like, "Oh my God," and you're like, "Fuck, I've been wilding out tonight."
That's more
Or
fun because at that point it's late in the night and you two are on the same level. And
Yeah,
you feel comfortable.
that's true.
The anxiety comes from if I'm on a level and like they're not, and
Yeah.
I don't know if it's appropriate for me to be that way. And
Yeah.
then I start rethinking of like what we've been talking about out loud
Yeah.
and like all the shit we were doing, and I don't know.
Like, I remember one time I was at Target with my ex-wife, and we were just having like a joking conversation. I don't even remember what it was about. And honestly, I don't remember like what was even said, but it was something inappropriate. Either like, oh, well, like not so funny anymore, but like, oh, we got to get divorced over this, or something that was just like stupid.
that you would talk with your partner type shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Literally that night, I got a message from somebody
Are you
on
and your wife getting a divorce?
No, it was like, hey, I saw you at Target, and I was gonna say hi, but I overheard you and your wife sound like you were having a serious conversation about getting divorced. And I just want to make sure you guys, you were okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit.
That sucks.
Damn.
And like, how many moments, and it's like, how many moments do you have where you don't recognize, or that
like
you,
someone isn't bringing it
to your attention,
Yeah.
and you're like, man, because I can just act stupid in public and like just not think about it.
Garage boy to talk about dumbass shit.
That's
and
what I'm saying.
That shit all the time.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
All of a
jokingly.
sudden, it's like, oh my God, I saw you at wherever. You're like, shit. And I hate it
Yeah.
because you kind of, I mean, I don't do it as much here, but like, especially in San Diego, I felt like I was always kind of under a microscope. Like, I always felt like when I went out, I kind of had to like be cognizant of the show. Does that make sense? Like, I was always needed to be prepared to be Kramer if that time arose. You know what I mean? Like, do you feel that way where like, do you feel like now when you go to bars, you need to mentally be prepared or even represent yourself in a way that would represent the show and represent the radio station, just so you don't get to a point where people are like, oh my God, I saw Jess. She was wasted at 3:00 at Chili's. You're still going to be wasted at Chili's.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
I think it just depends on where I'm at and what's going on.
Yeah.
I feel like. And I think there's a difference between how I would feel in San Diego versus here, because in San Diego, that was like my partying phase of my life.
True. Yeah.
And so it was almost kind of like expected.
If you were sober, people would be like, whoa, you all right?
Pretty much.
Good Lord.
Yeah. And so
that really was her life.
and
Yeah.
so over here, I think it's just a little different. I can't really like fade into, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're kind of figuring it out, I think, still.
Yeah.
Like where it's
yeah.
at.
And it hasn't always been bad. Like there was one interaction where I could tell that like someone was taken back by like how drunk I was.
Yeah.
That one time I went to like White Marsh or something. I could
White,
tell.
White Marsh Mall at 10:30 a.m.
I could see that she was like, oh my God, she's drunk. And I was just like, and internally, it's like we were having an internal conversation without like words coming out, where she was like, oh my God, she's drunk. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm really fucking drunk. She knows I'm drunk right
Were the
now.
kids there?
No, that
Oh,
was
okay.
different. That was like a festival, and like two parents came up to me and they were like, oh my God, we love kid jokes. Like they want to tell you a joke. And I'm like, had already had a couple of drinks. Like I'm drunk. Like the sun's been out.
You're like, let me
And
tell
then
you
I
a
was like,
joke.
I feel inappropriate holding this. And she's like, oh no, it's fine. Like at that point, that was okay.
Yeah.
But I just don't know. Like some people are super chill with it. And then some people, they may just be like, what the fuck? You
Yeah,
know?
I get it.
That's the only thing.
No, it's funny. I remember not that, but it was another festival I worked at. You popped up. The kid asked, "Why is his name Garage Boy?"
No.
That was
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
And that's kind of on limits for them to ask.
No,
we do talk about it.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That was funny. I'm sorry, I laughed.
What do you-
No,
what do
I
you-
remember that.
What do
And
you say? What do you say when kids ask you that question? And in
Uh,
case you don't know, in case you're new to our podcast, the reason he's called Garage Boy, I'm gonna sum this up really quick. Second night they hung out, Jess gave Garage Boy a blowjob in her parents' garage, so he's now Garage Boy.
mhm.
So what do you tell when kids are like,
That he works on cars in a garage.
yeah,
There you go.
Yeah.
yeah.
That
But
works.
that's uncomfortable too sometimes.
And they're like, what kind of car?
Mhm.
Gerald's there. Like, what kind of car do you work on? All sweating. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
What's up to everybody on YouTube? In case you don't know, we do the show on YouTube live as well. Celia is here. Queen Pam, hello.
Hello.
Tina Yu is here. Isabel is here. And we appreciate you guys for hopping, especially during the summer months. We got a DM from somebody this week too saying, hey, I'm just checking on you guys, making sure you're okay during these summer months. It's very nice. We don't have the same schedule as everybody else. You know, we talk about people being on limits and off limits when it comes to dating. And this person that I am considering talking to has been specified as off limits.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's necessarily fair.
Okay.
And we'll talk about it right after this.
I feel like if you have to come out and ask and say that, obviously you're defending the fact that they're off limits.
Well, I just don't know. I don't know who's on limits. I mean, I think there are some really clear on limits and off limits, right? Like we can agree. Like, for example, somebody's ex.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that's off limits, right?
Yeah, that's fair. Somebody's sibling.
A sibling. Off limits, right? Can we agree?
Yes.
Off limits? Universally, we know. But I think there are probably some that are in a gray spot where you're like,
Hassan said maybe to the ex. I hate you.
No,
I saw you at the corner of my
No,
eye.
I was about to say that. When it comes to the ex situation, it depends. It depends on a number of things, in my opinion. How they broke up, why they broke up, and how long ago was their relationship?
We'll say it this way, like your best friend. Like you would not date your best friend's ex, would you? Like your best friend in the whole world?
No, I wouldn't.
So it depends on their relation.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay.
So say for instance, me and Jess dated.
Yeah.
And then you're interested. This is never happening.
Yeah.
And then you're interested. And we broke up 10 years ago. That's fair game.
Okay.
In my opinion, because you're not the same
5 years
person.
ago?
That's different. When it's double digits, then I think it's fair game.
Double digits.
So 10 plus, I think it's fair game.
Yeah, I think 10 would you agree 10? Even like a best friend. I mean, 10 years, that's a long time.
No, best friends is different.
Hell no.
Lifetime?
Best friend?
Lifetime, no?
Get over it. Find somebody else.
I'll give you another great one.
Because you know all the trauma.
Yeah.
What do you feel about coworkers? You think that's safe?
No, I think it's terrible.
Ex-coworkers, yes. Current coworkers, no.
Yeah, I think it's a terrible idea.
Yeah, ex-coworkers.
Like when I see people dating at work or married at work, I'm like, how? And I'm trying to think, is there anybody here that I don't think there's anybody here that is? Is there? Before I say that, I don't think so.
I think it's different if you guys are already together and you start working at the same place. I don't
True.
think like a relationship should start.
But like,
in
for
the
example,
workplace.
if I started dating one of the sales girls,
yeah, I'd be like,
that's
great,
weird.
I'm sure you'd.
Or now we're gonna lose money.
From
yeah,
you know, that would seem off limits,
bad idea.
right? That would seem off limits. Okay, so this is a continuation of a story we were talking about on the radio. I was in yoga the other day, a couple of weeks ago. Remember, and I tooted for the first time. First time in 10 years, by the way. Never not 10 years, 5 years. Never once
farted in yoga
have I
class.
farted in yoga ever. Until about 2 weeks ago. And for those that do yoga, I was literally in Happy Baby. You know Happy Baby? It's literally like you're like pulling your legs up and out like you're damn. I mean, it is vulnerable. It just fell out of my asshole. It literally just presented itself, and I was like, "Oh
like
my
no
god,
warning.
no warning!" And it was a smaller class. Like if I was a class of like 30 or 40 people, that'd be one thing because there's
like what 7 people in there,
maybe 10. So it's like it's an intimate group, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't smelly. Now because I want to set the scene. It wasn't smelly, but
you heard it.
It was loud.
It was like
you're on the floor, bouncing off the floor.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was definitely noticeable. Nobody would have like questioned like was that.
Yeah, everyone knew what it was.
Okay. Anyway, so I said, and I told you in that story that happened to be the day because I don't go like I go to yoga maybe once a week at most right now, and I had gone and there was a woman there for the very first time that I'd never seen before. And I'm like, oh, she's really cute, and I was like, maybe I should like say something. And then of course towards the end of class, I farted, and I was like, I can't say anything now. So
you're the fart boy,
right? So I have befriended, like I have a little like group of yoga friends now, and we're hanging out over the weekend. And my teacher was one of these people, and I said, hey, there was a girl when I was in class last, and I started describing her, and then she was like, oh, and she told me the girl's name. She's like, that's this girl, she's this age, which she's young, she's 28, which like.
Oh
It's
my God.
it's young. It's young, but I still feel like it's on limits. I don't feel like 28's off
Oh,
limits. I feel like
I
that'd be
think it is. You're 40.
the
Sir,
youngest I
yeah.
could go.
No.
I mean, I'm 40, but I'm not really 40.
Dude, you're
Sir,
40.
yes.
I'm not 40 though. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't date a 40-year-old, I feel
So
like.
red flag, go on.
So I feel like I have to date somebody younger, period. I mean, I would feel like. Anyway, here's the point. Is that she says she's off limits. And I said, why is she off limits? She goes, you can't date somebody in a yoga class because if one of you doesn't want to do it anymore, then one of you has to change studios. And I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You can't date somebody in a yoga class? Because her point is, and like it's true, it's like you kind of continuously go back to the same place, right?
Yeah.
So she's like, no, you can't even, don't talk to her because if
She doesn't want the drama.
she's saying like one of you would have to
Leave the
Change.
class.
would have to change, would have to leave the studio basically.
Are there other teachers there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does she does multiple classes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's off limits? Because here's the thing, y'all. Here's my thing. My window is already so small of people and opportunities to like date people. So now I can't even date somebody at a yoga studio. So we gotta like scratch that off. Apparently I can't date somebody in their 20s anymore. So I gotta scratch that off the list. I gotta date somebody that's vegan. Gotta scratch that off the list. Like there's been so many things. Like my dating window is already this big. It's like this like tiny. So now are we saying, does that feel? And I don't really know if there's another type of like gym. I feel like gym is different.
That's fair. Yeah. I feel like the yoga class, because like, wouldn't you meet someone there?
That I feel like that would be like an okay thing. Now, I do get the breakup part. And I do agree that somebody would have to change studios.
Or someone would have to change classes. I think that's a little messed up. I feel like, let's say you guys date and then it ends terribly. I feel like it would be messed up for one of you to have to find a completely new studio because it's hard to find your spot.
It's
no
true.
matter what it is, your eyebrow lady, your hairstylist, yoga studio.
Yeah.
I think you guys would just have to figure out like a scheduling plan to where or like switch off if she really likes that class. Because your teacher's thinking from her standpoint, she's like, I don't want to fucking put up with it. Because obviously she has seen some shit go down.
Sure.
You guys act like you all are like namaste and chill, but I'm sure you guys throw the fuck down.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So she doesn't want to deal with it. But like, let's say it went terribly, then it'd be like, okay, so I get 2 Sundays of the month and then you get 1 Sunday, whatever. But I don't think that's like off limits. I think her being 28 is off limits.
That's the off limits.
So
part.
what
as far as the yoga thing though, I think it's
fine.
What is too young then? So now that I'm 40, what's too young?
10 years. So 30.
Yeah. I just don't even think.
I don't think. I mean, I
Dude,
could. I don't.
you're
I don't
dating,
think I could.
You want to date someone that's younger than me?
I don't think I could date
Literally.
anybody
That's weird.
younger than 28.
You don't think it's weird?
Because I
being
think
younger than me?
mentally, I'm like
You're definitely not in your 20s mentally.
35 though.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So date someone that's 35.
I don't.
30.
No woman wants to date. No 35-year-old woman wants to date a man that has a mentality of 35. Do you see what I'm saying?
No.
I'm telling y'all from experience. They're gonna like women that are attracted to me are usually young 30s, late 20s, and that's just how. Because women in their 40s, they're like ready to like fucking go. You know what I mean? Like they got like it's late 30s just in general is very much like I've got a plan. Do you fit into this plan? And if not, then whatever. Whereas like
so for what you want right now, that's just
yeah. Like
Okay.
I just don't think that like I've had more success dating younger than people my age and even like a smidge younger than me because
I just feel like you always talk about how much older you are than us. That as like being a 28-year-old person, I would be like, that's annoying as fuck to hear of like, oh, do you not know that? Oh, do you not get that? Oh my god, I'm 40.
it would be tough.
Like it's annoying.
Yeah,
that's why I said
the
30.
discount, the separation of years would probably be tough.
So I feel like
But
that's just something you would have.
But
to
like
work on.
creepy factor, 28 doesn't hit me as creepy.
Okay.
Does that give you creepy factor?
Yeah.
28 does. 30 doesn't though. Is it because it's younger than you? If you were 28, would you feel like 28 was okay?
I would even think that was creepy.
Hassan, what's creepy and what's not?
30 is not creepy. 28 is creepy.
We're at 29.
Yes.
29's creepy.
I don't know why the 20s hit me different.
It's the for me though. It's the
you
generation
can speak on the
gap
decade.
of the 10. It's the decade.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
it.
oh, my 20s. So when I hear you say it, it like makes me feel uncomfortable when you talk about dating someone in their 20s.
Because you have to think of it like this, Kramer. In your 20s, you was already in your career. They was in kindergarten.
Yeah. No, okay, wait. It's 12 years. Yeah, I would have been graduating high school and when they were in kindergarten.
Exactly.
Yeah, 28.
No.
Yeah. But I think that window closes in as
Listen,
you
live
get
your life.
older.
You want to do it, okay? It's your life. We're not. It's like your
We're
story. We're just saying, like, maybe just don't be like, hey, I'm dating a 28-year-old
Hey, hop in.
publicly.
Don't marry this woman.
Hop
Do not marry this 28
YouTube, hop in. 28. Does it give you creepy vibes? There was another radio guy, you know, Bobby Bones, the
Yeah.
syndicated guy. His wife is 28. When he got married, or when he met her, he was 40 and she was 28. And it didn't like strike me as like too crazy.
Of course not.
Like too much.
Of course it didn't strike you that way.
Lynn is saying, I think the age gap isn't that bad. This is Lynn from our YouTube show, by the way. Lynn says, I think that I think the age gap isn't that bad. 28 is a full-grown woman, not someone straight out of college. Coming from a 35-year-old woman, she doesn't see 28 as that bad.
But you notice how Lynn said not that
bad. No, I'm saying it's not great,
Right.
but like, is it in the creepy factor? Because I'm okay with people being like, wow, that's an age difference, versus being like, whoa. I feel like 25 feels too young.
That's extremely young.
That's bad.
That's like 15 years. That seems, again, I think 28 would be the absolute youngest I could even like stomach, to be honest with you.
But I hate that you're even talking about it that way.
Why?
I can stomach 28.
I think, well, I'm just like, I think I could like, I think, now again, I haven't dated somebody. I mean, most women, I think my sweet spot, honestly, is like young 30s, which feels right. But I don't want to discount a 28 or 29-year-old just because it is quote unquote creepy, you know? Isabel says, if she's a mature woman, 28-year-old, it can work. If she is still in the party age, it won't. No, that's true too. Like if she is going out all the time, it's like a big no. But Isabel, does that hit you as creepy? If I'm like, hey, by the way, if I come on, my guys, guess what? I'm dating somebody new and she's 28. Like, does that give you, again, most of you guys are giving me like the logisticals of this versus like.
No one wants to say creepy or no.
Oh no, we saying it.
Yeah, it's creepy.
We saying it. But then also,
but that's just me. It's not my life, you know.
I know this isn't like if you like her and she's checking off the boxes for you, do it. Me personally, I wouldn't do it because at that age I was doing some other stuff.
Yeah. See, I don't know. The last experience I had with a 28-year-old was Miss California was 28 and I was 36.
Yeah.
But like I was also, and like it didn't see, like, it was definitely pushing it, but like it wasn't like crazy. But now I forget that I'm like 4 years older than that. So I don't know if it would now. But I think just because you cross into 40s, like if I was 39 versus 40.
You listen.
No, that's what said 10 years.
No, I'm asking creepy factor.
I'm telling you it's creepy. You keep asking me if it is, and I keep telling you it is.
If I'm 39,
my answer's not going to change.
If I'm 39 and she's 28, is that creepy? So I think to you, it's a 40 factor.
It's just the like dating someone younger than me factor. You know, I'm just like, fuck, like for real.
That's how we doing.
Okay, is that the phase we're in?
All right.
Okay.
Some call it a midlife crisis.
No.
I call it.
Been here for a minute.
I got somebody to take care of me when I'm older.
Been here for a minute.
All right. Thank y'all for listening to episode 122. We appreciate y'all. Some of y'all been here for 122 episodes.
That's crazy.
And I want you to know that does not go underappreciated. Thank you so much, especially in these summer months when everybody's checked out doing other things. Thanks for continuing to press play. Jess, how do we find you?
Just do it. JESSDUITT on all platforms, and you can see my wedding subscription on IG.
Hassan, you
could follow me at StanWilly2 on all social media platforms.
And I am that guy Kramer on social media. Thank you so much for listening to the show today, and we'll see you guys again next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.